Arsenal breakout with Smith Rowe.
Yeah, but
It's
I
kept
can't
going.
get the bloody game.
Advantage played by David Coop, but the ball's gone out, so I think he'll bring it back for a free
I
kick to
can't
the Gunners.
because I'm streaming on my phone. What?
Yeah, just hits that one a little heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, Saka there for his
The arm was out
teammate.
from Lewis, wasn't it?
It was.
That's if I...
It wasn't brandished, but he's not one for the theatricals, though, Bukayo Saka.
Again, from these, Martin, Newcastle shouldn't be conceding in. They've got some big men back there. Look, stacks of them in a line. Can't concede goals from these sort of situations.
Cedric lining it up. And David Luiz trying to get
He was
goal-bound
only
effort
for
from
a
it.
week.
Successful. One back by Xhaka. 10 points out of the last 12 available for Arsenal, but they were below par here last Thursday against Crystal Palace. Thursday night football becoming a regular part of squeezing all the fixtures in so that there's maximum possibility for the largest audience.
I'm
Fans not
still...
allowed to come to the grounds can see it on their television screens. So
Cool,
the
this is
Arsenal
good.
fans
That's
will be
why my
looking
thing...
optimistically at this. And it's hit the post with a lot to aim at, a tightish angle for Aubameyang, but he couldn't find the gap between the posts.
That wasn't an easy one to finish. I still fancied him to score. It's come at him ever so quick. Great play from Smith Rowe and lovely football.
Well, the goalkeepers are being asked to do all sorts of things with their feet these days, and they're not all suitably equipped for it. But Andy, look at this.
Love this. Great reverse pass from Smith Rowe. Step over from Saka. It's a...
He was just ahead of it because the stick out of the foot from Darlow just took it slightly behind.
Just maybe had to check his run and change his running pattern a bit, and I tell you, he's unlucky. He'll probably feel like everyone, that he might should have scored, but it wasn't easy. He come at him pretty quick.
Saka to take the corner. Arsenal lined up on the edge. Well, except Tierney's on the edge of the goal area.
Right,
He leaves himself, ball doesn't get anywhere near any of them.
I pretty much regret it, but I can't charge
Retrieved
2
by
times at once.
Smith Rowe. Really getting himself a run in the side in that little pocket
I
of
wish
space
I had
behind the front man.
And it's a, that's a position that's a very important one. Of course, they're all important, but that one in particular, for a team that's aspiring to get amongst the top teams, you've got to have real creative players in that position. But he's been excellent. He's got that ability to, with his back to play, he can find people.
His mind was read there though by John Joe Shelby, who's pretty crafty on the football himself. Londoner.
Yeah.
Did, at Charlton.
It
when
might
he was
like
very young.
so I'm going to join back.
Here's David Luiz.
It might like me out of the cold.
Half back pedalling. Brazilians found the Gabonese. Aubameyang flags up for offside. Arsenal actually won 14 of the last 15 Premier League meetings between these two clubs. They were beaten up at St James's Park, April 2018. Yeah,
just maybe. Good call, sharp call.
David Luiz comes across. Linton, who came as a central striker, but has played most of his football recently either wide right or wide left.
I think he played there in Germany, Martin, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He played off one side.
And he was given the Newcastle number 9, which has an iconic status to it, but not playing down one side. Being the main thrusting power through the middle. shirt worn for most of the goal-scoring career of the Premier League's all-time leading scorer, Alan Shearer. Wore with great distinction.
Indeed.
And no fear of the responsibility that came with it. Take us a special character for that to happen. Special player, special guy. Here's Saka. Has the ability, you feel, to make a big mark in the history of the Premier League in years to come. Xhaka. Kearney. Kearney to find a space to get one of those trademark crosses in. Good defending. Don't always see fullbacks in the modern game taking pride like the old fullbacks used to in stop the cross. That was one of the first things probably managers said, although the last thing they said when they went out, make sure you stop the crosses. But very true.
Yeah,
I am really sorry I weren't prepared.
Another Saka corner. Would hurt Steve Bruce if he saw his side go behind.
There's only one comment.
Concede from a set play.
Yeah, it does, but no one's comment.
Arsenal vary it. Set play with a few too many passes, as it turned out.
Yeah, good work from John Joe Shelby there. That one was never quite on that little routine that they'll have worked on the training ground because of Shelby switching on and was alive to it. They might have been better off bailing out with that and just putting it in the box.
I don't care if it's not responding.
Newcastle give it away. Aubameyang having a little stint on the right. Partey. Touched off by Aubameyang. And Arsenal settling for the corner.
What I want is a game. Nothing.
Been problems earlier in the season at home for Arteta's team. A run of almost wretched results, really. On their own pitch, on their own patch.
The body's in and around Cardano here.
Good job, I finally got some.
Referee really looking closely at it. Even if a goal is scored, VAR will have a lot to put their forensic touch to. It's usually treatment for goalkeepers that the opposition think maybe not the most.
And honestly, I don't know why this
knocks it back into
every
an
second.
area that wasn't quite as dangerous as he hoped.
Jesus, why?
Partey.
Oh my God!
Arsenal worked really hard to get him. Right at the end of the last transfer window, paying the fee in the contract that triggered the release. Atletico Madrid. Aubameyang. Steve Bruce's side have got to stick at it. I hope that better moments come as the game wears on. Saka able to tee up Partey. They'd be quite happy, Steve Bruce, to see anybody shooting from there.
Somebody's calling me.
Yeah, got a lot to do there to beat Caldalo, who's been in exceptional form recently. But you're right, Martin. So from a Newcastle point of view, as I mentioned, stay quite narrow, be very solid, very compact, send people backwards like they did there. If they want to shoot from 30 yards, you hope your goalkeeper's going to make a save. He should do. Unless it's something very, very special. For Arsenal, they've got to just keep moving it as quick as they possibly can. They will have space in the wide areas with Cedric and Kieran Tierney. But it's how quick they get it out to those players, how quickly they can release them, is whether we see those dangerous crosses come flashing across that 6-yard box.
Callum Wilson will be hoping he's not involved in a relegation tussle again, having left Bournemouth after they went down. Certainly didn't look like that a few weeks ago, but now Newcastle in truth look like the side most likely to drop into those who have struggled right from the start of the season. But As we've emphasised, it is a campaign of twists and turns, the like of which we don't see very often. There's a capacity to get away wins because you've got no hostility in the ground that you're visiting. It's certainly been reflected in the results.
Yeah, what's also putting them on edge a bit is the fact that they'll have seen recently Sheffield United won, West Bromwich Albion won, Brighton have won. And there's teams below them that are starting to get a few wins.
Giving me issues.
Saka.
I want to break this freaking PlayStation.
The worst part about that, they saw Sheffield United got a win at very close quarters.
Yes, they did.
But here's Almiron. They've only scored once in their last 6 games. Andy Carroll got it. He's waiting on the far side. Back to Almiron. Move that he really triggered and nearly finished off.
Yeah.
You know, he's good when he's running with the ball, this young man. He's
Well, I can see
does
today,
really well
but I'm
there.
not sure
He
if
just
it's gonna
doesn't
work.
convince when he gets in and around the edge of the box. Again, he's in a rush, you can tell, to get that out to Andy Carroll. Then when he gets it back, likewise, he doesn't really look composed enough. It's a decent strike. It's not really ever worrying Bernd Leno. But that's the game plan. When they turn the ball over, can they use his pace in particular, probably more than anybody else, to get them up the field?
Jet, you need to commentate
Matty
the game.
Longstaff, I haven't really mentioned yet, who's eased his brother out of the team.
Yeah.
I can't
Be
watch
selected.
the game, so that's impossible. I'm trying to.
Sean is on the bench. Oh, Lacazette, a shout for handball. Well, David Coote hasn't responded to it. Arsenal play on. And here's Tierney. What did you think, Andy?
Yeah, it certainly hit a hand. I mean, how much... I think it was Jamal Lewis, how much he actually knew about it. Granit Xhaka protesting there. It sort of comes off his thigh and then up onto his
Yeah,
hand.
that should be
That's enough, isn't it?
exonerating
Yeah.
him from that.
I think actually the pass from Emile Smith-Rowe as well, he didn't quite get it as he wanted it to find Lacazette.
No, it would have been a bad good and or a good bad and had it
Loads.
led to an infringement. Anyway, they've got a corner, Arsenal. David Luiz is up for it. But the whistle had already gone when Rob Holding came in behind. Certainly Jamal Lascelles back out there in the Premier League. Did play here in the cup game from the start. But to have him available and his leadership qualities, Mikel Arteta, is he shaking his head at the penalty? Or?
I think so. I think, yeah. He obviously when he
Or maybe the foul that
sees that.
given afterwards.
That's true. Could be
I
that.
don't know why this is taking. I'm gonna
He's gone
miss the
from
whole
being
half.
the absolute flavour of the year to being to nobody's taste because Arsenal were losing. Here's Almiron. To being very much back in vogue again. That's the way it is in
This guy's back
management this
to
season,
that.
particularly for those who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Space was there for Smith-Rowe. Saka's coming in, and again, the chance is given to Aubameyang. Couldn't keep it down. But Smith-Rowe showing his football brain by taking up the position and then using the ball very adroitly when he got it.
Lovely ball from Partey, wasn't it? To release Smith-Rowe. Again, he's got that awareness. He knows that
You got a
Aubameyang's
chat.
not too far behind him. And rolls it back to him.
All
on
I
his
want
left
to
foot.
do.
Little nudge,
All
just enough
I
to
wanna
maybe
do.
put him off a wee bit, but should be hitting the target with that one.
I think Saka was thinking, why didn't you just roll it across to me in front of goal?
Don't
But,
freaking.
easier to see that from up here than down where Emile Smith-Rowe
Yeah.
had the ball at his feet. Here's Lascelles.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't know why. Nothing works for me.
Almiron, again, that ball just bending away from those in the middle. Here's the consequence of having left footers on the right and right footers on the left. It's still seems to be very much the fashion at this level of football. But I'd wager a little bit that if you asked Andy Carroll, he'd like the ball to be just bending away from the goalkeeper and the defenders, from a right footer from the right. But Here's Partey through the St Smith Row. Well, he couldn't have had a call because there was no one there. Just gambling on letting it run that somebody might have been behind him in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, there's the attempts. 5 for Arsenal, just the 1 for Newcastle. Again, those sort of numbers this evening for Steve Bruce. Not going to worry him at all.
Headed on by Carroll. It's a loose ball, but Shelby can cross it. And Carroll took it away from Joe Linton. Longstaff. Lewis. He is a left footer from the left. Even though in the end he crosses it with his right. Carroll fighting for it, and again, he'll certainly do that. That goal that he got recently at Leicester is first for Newcastle for just over 10 years. Been on his travels, of course, since his start in league football.
Move me again.
Saka. Cedric in low to Lacazette, who thought he saw a leg to fall over.
Yeah, fizzed in at him, wasn't it? Good run from Cedric. That combination should work nicely with Saka picking it up, coming in on his left side and just releasing the right back. Really ping that across towards the penalty spot where Lacazette was waiting for it, but first touch too heavy.
Remember Steve Bruce coming here
That's what I'm
as
doing.
manager, well, it was to Highbury, wasn't it? Manager of Sheffield United, and they had to play